This is Annie, and today I'm going over the Salt Mountain pre-order. It's on February 11th, which is Sunday, this coming weekend. It opens at 2 o'clock Mountain Time and closes at midnight, so you've got plenty of time to get your orders in. If you're in a different time zone, kind of check what that is for you. I'm in Central Time, so it starts at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it should be open till midnight. However, if she does reach capacity, she will close it sooner, but with lots of notifications on the Facebook group. I know a lot of people don't use Facebook, so just try to get your order in on the earlier side of the day and you won't really have to worry about that. So I am having a hard time making my list on this. There's a lot of new blends that sound amazing that I'm really excited about, and then there's a lot of blends that have not been offered in like 3-4+ years. And so this is going to be a little bit of a different video. I know a lot of the pre-orders I've melted a lot from if they're returning blends, but this one not so much. So I've looked through different comments on the Facebook group from people who have had these blends before, and I've reached out to Amanda on some of the blends to try to get, some idea on some of them. And this is just kind of going to be sort of based off of what it sounds like from other people who've had them, as well as Amanda, and maybe a little bit of my own kind of guesses on some of the blends. And then just overall kind of what really sounds good to me, which I'll tell you right now, I'm in a real big like strawberry bakery mood right now. So there's some great strawberry blends on this. I'm like so excited to try. All right, let's dive in. It's on the 11th. I've already went over that. It's a turnaround time of 8 weeks. That's for her to make the wax. That doesn't include the shipping portion, which should be about another 7 business days. So I think more 9 or 10 weeks before you see it on your doorstep, maybe even more if you've got delays with shipping. I know that happens. So we're looking at kind of the early mid part of April. The website, saltmountainmelts.com, it's not open except for when she has a live pre-order going on. So you can go to the website, but you just won't see anything right now until the pre-order is open. The shipping information, you can pause the video right here if you want to read it. The main thing to know is she doesn't combine orders, so try to go in once if you are able to, and just kind of figure out your list beforehand. All right, let's hop into this. The scents, there's 19 scents. There's possibly a 20th scent that she's not sure if she's going to add it to this pre-order, or maybe do it in another pre-order. It's a perfume scent. There was a poll in the Facebook group. I'm not sure if the poll's still open, but for now we have these 19 scents, and every scent is available in the 3 sizes, so you can buy whatever works for you. If you're a loaf person, or if you're a souffle person, if you're just curious about a scent, I love that she has everything available in the different sizes. Not every vendor does that, so there's souffles, tubs, and loaves. The souffles are approximately 4.5 ounces. They're $7. The tubs are approximately 8 ounces, and they do have lids. Those are $12.40, and the loaves are approximately 12 ounces, and those are $18.60. There's not like a volume discount on her wax. Everything is consistently the same price per ounce, so you're not getting a cheaper price per ounce by buying the loaves versus the tubs. And her wax is $1.55 an ounce. So I'm going to jump into the scent list, and I would love any of y'all's feedback if you're excited about a new blend or an old blend that's coming back, or if you've melted any of these that just haven't been poured in a long time. I would really like to hear your thoughts on that, just because so many of these I have not melted, and that information is just super helpful to me and to anyone else who just hasn't, smelled those scents before. First up is Beach Cashmere, and this is cashmere cream, salty sea air, and coconut soleil. I'm not sure if that's the right way to pronounce it. Is it soleil? Anyways, I asked Amanda about this, and she said the coconut soleil is kind of like a cousin to Boom Boom. So it's going to be kind of a sweet, perfumey, and she said the coconut is more of a woody, sophisticated coconut. I love her cashmere cream. It's very sweet, kind of perfumey, musky vanilla, body care type scent. And her cashmere cream is what made me start liking cashmere, which I did not used to like before. So I'm very excited to see it. If you like the Teddy Bees cashmere cream, it smells the same to me, and I just think it's so beautiful. This whole blend is one I'm like, do I get a loaf? Do I get a tub? It's going to be beachy and slightly tropical, but sweet and perfumey. I think it's going to be gorgeous. So, I don't know. I'm on the fence there. I think also based off of the notes, this is probably going to be pretty strong. I've found that her cashmere cream blends are like very strong performers for me, so I don't need a lot of wax in the warmers. And if you're worried about the salty sea air, She always balances her salty sea air so well. There are certain vendors that their salty sea air just dominates the blend to the point where you really can't smell anything else. And I don't find that to be the case with her. She just exercises great restraint with that. So I think this is going to be a great scent. It's definitely one I want to get. And I'm very intrigued by that coconut soleil note. I don't think I've had anything like that in a fragrance yet. Next up is Blue Smoke, and this is blue sugar, marshmallow fireside, and roasted pine cones. And I'm really excited about this blend, but I feel like I have no concept in my mind of what this is going to smell like. Blue sugar is something that I used to be afraid of, and now I kind of have an obsession with blue sugar blends. I will get intense cravings for them. The part of this blend that I'm a little bit wary of is the pine cones, because I just don't know how that fits all together. But I've heard this is a great performer, and I think I'm going to get a tub. The last time I saw this offered was in an RTS, I think fall of 21, and man, it was gone. I tried to get it and it just flew out of my cart so fast, which I feel like I should say something. There's quite a few new people to Salt Mountain Melts, and I see people ask all the time about RTSs, and I just want to say I'm so grateful she doesn't do RTSs like she used to, because they were so stressful. And the pre-order style for her wax, because there's so much demand for her wax, and it's just her. She doesn't have other employees. The RTSs, they were the most intense, stressful RTSs I have ever participated in a wax community in. Everything disappeared so fast, and I'm just so grateful that she's changed to more of the pre-order style. This way we can all get the scents that we're interested in, and we can get as many. There's not a limit on like everybody can only buy 2 souffles or 1 loaf. I'm just so grateful that it's changed to that style, because now I can try what I want and not worry about everything disappearing out of my cart. So this hasn't been back in a while. I am really excited to try it, and also really curious. So if it's one you've had, can you tell me, like, what's the balance like? How does the blue sugar and the smoky marshmallow, fireside, and pine cone all pair together? I'm still getting it, regardless of what anybody says, because I'm curious. But I just need to know, do I need a tub or do I need a loaf? Next up is one that Amanda is just famous for. It's Circus Animal Stuffed Sugar Cookies, the OG classic, the one that has the cherry in it, even though it's not in the scent notes. So the scent notes are Circus Animal Cookies, sugar cookie dough, and frosted sugar cookies. I think the Circus Animal Cookies is the blend that has like this cherry almond note to it. It reminds me of having this really soft, almost like those Loft House sugar cookies, but not the ones that taste all chemically, like the really good, like pillowy sugar cookies that almost have a cakey texture, but they're not crunchy. And it has like a cherry almond kind of frosting or glaze over the top of the cookies. I definitely get the bakery part, even in my house, which can struggle with vanilla bakery. It's a good performer. I can melt it in any areas, not just in the bedroom. And I just find this to be kind of a comforting bakery scent. Maybe it's just me, but I like reaching for this one when I'm kind of in a cranky mood, not feeling good, just kind of down in my feelings kind of a day. I just always feel like it's this sweet, rich bakery scent, and it just makes me feel a little bit happier, right? So the question is, do I need more of this one? I don't know. This is actually one I'm surprised made the list, because this is the 3rd time she's offered it in the last year. But I'm not disappointed it made the list. Right now I still have 2 loaves and a tub, but I just finished a loaf from 2020 back in the fall, and then I finished a tub over the course of December and January, so I just finished it right here at the beginning of February. So I do reach for it often, and I start getting nervous once I get down to like my second to last item of it, that I start getting nervous I'm going to run out. So this might be the only time she offers it this year, and in that case, do I want to grab another tub? Do I want to get another loaf? I'm going to just kind of wait to see how my whole list shapes up. But if you are new to Salt Mountain Melts, this is like a must-have off of this list. It's a classic. It does come back frequently though, so if you're unsure about the cherry note, just get a souffle. You will have plenty of opportunities to get more if you fall in love with it. And I'm not a big cherry fan. Normally I'm a cherry hater. So many are like cherry candy or cherry cough syrup. But Amanda does cherry extremely well. And this is one of her cherries. She has a few different cherry oils, but this one is more of a cherry almond leaning. If that sounds good to you, I would highly recommend this one. Next up, cotton candy clouds. This is sugarberry, pink cotton candy, blue cotton candy, strawberry, and fluffy marshmallows. Lexi from Two Quick Wicks, this is one that she's been wanting to come back and she loves this blend. And she posted in the Facebook group a really good description for those of us who have never tried it. She says, this is not perfumey and it's not floral. Kind of reminds her of that 90s Bodies Care, the Body Fantasies, Cotton Candy Fantasy, but without that floral or perfumey note. And it's a true cotton candy, like you're at the fair, like a pink cotton candy scent. And I believe Kaylee also said that it was like a fruity, sweet candy scent. So all of those things sound great to me. It's not been offered in 3.5 years or so or more. So I'm going to get at least a loaf. I'm not a big candy fan in wax. I like sweet scents kind of blended with other things, but every now and then I just get this craving for something really sugary and sweet. And I think that this will be a great one to have on hand to fit that bill, because it sounds amazing to me. So definitely on my list for sure. Now here's a new one, Country Garden. This is sweet pea, fresh pear, vanilla, and sheer freesia. Y'all knew I was going to get this one once pear was listed, right? That's one of my favorite scents, and vendors just don't use it enough, in my opinion. I'm kind of leaning towards getting a loaf of this. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I will regret it if I don't. The floral notes in here are both sweet pea, which is the Bath & Body Works scent. It's kind of a sweet, pretty, light, kind of airy body care floral. It's not heady, it's not heavy, it doesn't smell like old lady floral perfumes. And then freesia, I don't really see freesia very often in wax, but it's a beautiful scent. It is definitely a lighter floral in my opinion as well. So both of these combined with pear sounds just so interesting to me. Amanda said in the Facebook group that this is not a strong floral blend. It's definitely more springy feeling. So fruity, floral, springy, sign me up. Please give me a loaf. Next up, Fake Love. This is mango sorbet, marshmallow fluff, cotton candy frosting, and salty sea air. I've not tried this one, and I don't think I've seen this one. So I don't know if I just haven't been paying attention, but this is my 4th year purchasing from Salt Mountain. And before I started purchasing from her, I was buying from these stashes, especially since I just kept accidentally missing her pre-orders and stuff. But I don't remember ever seeing this one offered, so I think it's been quite a while. I think I'm going to get a tub or a loaf, maybe a loaf, just because I love mango scents, and I know that she does mango really well based off of some other blends of hers that I love. And I'm not worried about the salty sea air being too dominant in the blend. I really think it's just kind of add kind of that summery freshness to it and cut down on some of the sweetness from the cotton candy and the marshmallow fluff. And I think the marshmallow and the cotton candy are kind of helping cut down maybe some of the tartness of the mango and adding a little bit of creaminess to the whole blend. Altogether, it just sounds really appealing and summery and fresh, and I don't think I will regret it. So here I am, I'm talking myself into a loaf, I think. Y'all, this whole list is like terrible for me, and this has been pre-order like week between Swanky and Teddy B's this past weekend, and then Salt Mountain this weekend, and I know there's a bunch of other vendors who have pre-orders and RTSs going on, and I've just had to like put blinders on. If you've had this one again, please let me know down below what you thought. I'm really curious, and are you really excited to see this? How much are you getting of it? Is it a love or just a like? Next up is one I've also had. This is Ferris Wheel After Dark. It's caramel tobacco, cotton candy, and funnel cake. This is another one that is very popular, and I think if you have not tried tobacco scents, but you're kind of curious, this is super approachable and a good introduction to trying tobacco scents. It's, I think, a little bit more on the bakery side. The cotton candy just adds some sweetness. It's really not prominent in the scent. It's more caramel tobacco and funnel cake to me. And her funnel cake oil is different than what a lot of vendors have out there. It's not a spicy, heavy cinnamon one. In fact, I really don't get cinnamon in her funnel cake at all. Now, as far as caramel tobacco, I'm not very experienced with tobacco scents, so I'm not the best person to describe what tobacco smells like. I think I've only had 2 or 3 blends, and they were all quite different to me, so it's an area that I've just don't know enough to be able to give you a great description, but I did remelt a little bit of this earlier this week just to kind of refresh my mind on how it was. And I think this does really well in any space in the house. It's a good performer. And it's strong, but it's not one of those scents where you're like, whoa, this is so intense. I need to turn a warmer off. It is very sweet, I think, with all of these notes in there, but there's this kind of warm, almost haze. It's not perfumey per se, but I'm not quite sure how else to describe the tobacco note because it definitely does not smell like cigarettes or pipe smoke. I don't find it to be smoky, in fact, at all. But there's a really interesting, deep, kind of warm haziness to it, and it's complex. And honestly, I didn't think that I would like this scent when I first ordered it, but I do. I like this scent. It's not a love, but it's something I would order again. It's really unusual, and um, I don't think I'm going to pick some up this time because I still have plenty of this blend. But if it was offered in another year, year and a half from now, and I had finished what I have, then I would pick some up again because it is really interesting and um, very different type of baker scent. So also, like I said, if you're curious about tobacco, this is a great one to just kind of step out and try. Just get a souffle. And it's such a popular blend that if you wind up not liking it, you could probably find someone you can give it to, or you could probably destash it pretty easily because this is one that has a lot of love in the Salt Mountain fan club. Next up is Freebird, and this is Orange Blossom, Fluffy Towels, and Ocean Breeze. I've not tried this one, and I don't remember ever seeing this one offered, so I think it's been a long time. There's people in the group who asked how heavy the Orange Blossom is. It sounds like it's fairly well balanced with the other notes in this blend. I'm not sure if Fluffy Towels is a true Fluffy Towels dupe for the Yankee Candle type, or if it's code for a different laundry oil. I'm not super well versed in all the different laundry oils, but I found that I really kind of enjoy her laundry. She doesn't offer a ton of laundry scents, but so far I've liked every laundry scent that I've tried from her. Some of them I've actually really loved. And that's saying a lot because I'm not a huge laundry person. A lot of times laundry gives me a headache, and I like how she works with laundry blends. So this one I'm really tempted to get a tub in, especially since kind of heading into spring and summer. Those are when I start craving a lot of fresh scents and scents that are laundry clean leaning. So if you've had this one, please let me know how heavy is the Fluffy Towels in it or any of this part. I think the Ocean Breeze um, sounds really nice and fresh in here too. Like it's going to be more kind of ocean aquatic laundry with kind of a sweetness from the floral. And I really like orange blossom scents, so that does not worry me. But I know orange blossom can be really headache inducing for some people. It's a very heady white floral. It's a very sweet, and it's reminiscent a little bit of like a honeysuckle floral to me. So very, very sweet. But yeah, this sounds interesting to me, and I think I'm gonna get a tub. Next up is another one I've never tried. I don't remember ever seeing this one, so I think it's been 4 or 5 years. It's lemon blueberry fluff, and that's blueberry cobbler, fresh baked lemon muffins, vanilla cake batter, marshmallow fluff, and whipped cream. I'm so on the fence on this one because I love blueberry bakery so much, but I do not like lemon bakery. Most lemon bakeries smell like bakery mixed with lemon pine sol, and it's just like a disaster in the warmers. I can't melt it for long. There's a few lemon bakeries I found that I really liked, and when lemon bakery is good, it's great, and I enjoy it in the spring and summertime. But I'm just so nervous about trying a lot of lemon bakery, and I usually just pass. Now, if you've had this one, is it kind of an equal blend of blueberry and lemon, or is it more blueberry with just like a hint of lemon, or the opposite where it's mostly lemon with just a hint of blueberry? I don't really know what to expect on this one. The vanilla cake batter note does interest me. I like cake batter scents, and I I don't know. I really would love some feedback on this one. So I might just get a souffle. I might pass. Still undecided. Next up is a brand new scent, and it's lilac cake, and this is lavender and lilac, marshmallow cake, and pink sugar. Okay, I already know. Tub or loaf, I'm not sure on the size, but I want this one. It sounds gorgeous. I love lilac scents, and I feel like I don't really see them that often. And combine that with a marshmallow cake scent, the bakery, the pink sugar. I think it's going to be really pretty and feminine. And Amanda said it's not overpowering. It's not a super strong floral scent, that the lilac is just a touch in there. It's actually more lavender than lilac. I may be crazy, but I have this feeling this is going to be beautiful for relaxing on like a pretty spring day, or for popping into the warmers while you're kind of starting to unwind, maybe sitting in bed reading a book before going to sleep for the night. And so I think this would be a really pretty bedtime scent. Again, I've never tried it, but I'm kind of hoping that's what this is. It just sounds beautiful. I don't know. Tubberloaf. I think I'm tentative, blah, blah, blah. I cannot talk. I think I might get a loaf, or I might just get a tub and a souffle. And then if I get it and I don't love it, then I can always gift like the souffle or the tub to someone else. And that could work too. So, all right. This is a returning scent, but I don't remember ever seeing this one offered. It's Mrs. Flintstone, and it's Fruity Pebbles, Pistachio Pudding Cake, and Sugar Milk. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited this one made it. I love her Fruit Pebbles and Fruit Loop blends. I have not met one that I have not liked. She does such a phenomenal job with them, and I just think this sounds great. Now, the pistachio pudding cake is more of a cherry-leaning pistachio versus the nutty one, so if you don't like cherry notes, this might not be for you. It's not a cherry candy, though. It's that kind of a cherry almond, almost almond extract kind of a pistachio. I'm not sure how heavy the sugar milk is, but sugar milk, I've never found that to bother me in blends, but if you're sensitive to it, it might. The thing that just excites me so much is that Fruity Pebbles. If you've had Easy Bake Oven with her Fruity Pebbles and maraschino cherry, oh, that one is amazing. It is a powerful, strong scent. Does well in any area of my house. And I think this one's going to be similar-esque, because the cherry and the pistachio are going to be kind of similar notes with the Fruity Pebbles. But the Fruity Pebbles is kind of a lemon lime orange kind of cereal scent. And yeah, I think this is definitely loaf worthy for me. Maybe 2 loaves, because I think I'm going to love this one so much. But y'all let me know if you've had this one. How does it compare to Easy Bake Oven? Do you love one or the other one more? I also think this one's going to have the cutest label on it. It can't help but be adorable with a name like Mrs. Flintstone. Definitely looking forward to this one. Okay, the next one I'm really excited about. This is the brilliant idea of Brittany, and it's room service in Key Largo. So it's a brand new scent, but it's a combination of 2 existing scents. Key Largo, which is key lime pie, sugar cookie, and whipped cream, and room service, which is strawberry pound cake and margarita. So Key Largo has a lot of people who love that. It's a key lime bakery scent. I am not a big lime bakery fan in the first place. Same with kind of lemon, like I was saying, but it's a good key lime bakery, and that's saying a lot for someone who just doesn't really care for lime bakery scents. Her sugar cookie is a fantastic sugar cookie oil. It is really sweet and creamy and rich, and whenever it's combined with anything, it just almost adds this sweet, almost custardy richness to the blend. Room service, though, is a love of mine, and I know it wasn't as big a hit with other people. I think more people tend to like Heat Wave, which is strawberry raspberry guava with her margarita, and that one is fantastic as well. But I kind of like room service more. Margarita oil is phenomenal. I think it's my favorite margarita oil that I've tried. And her margarita is super tart and zesty and very strong throwing. There's a tiny bit of salt, but it's really not a salty margarita to me. It's just like if you took a tart lime and just tried to like make it even stronger and just like infuse everything about the lime, the juice, the zest, the just intense greenness of the color, and you just infuse that into like a tiny little droplet. It's so intensely energetic feeling. There's something about the combination with the strawberry pound cake that I just have really enjoyed with room service. Now, the strawberry pound cake, the strawberry just completely gets lost when it's with the margarita. Strawberry isn't a big note in strawberry pound cake anyways, but the rich, just buttery decadence of the pound cake, that dense vanilla bakery with the margarita oil, is just really delicious to me. And it adds this rich, dense vanilla depth to the margarita. And I kind of think that's sort of how this whole combination of both room service and Key Largo are going to wind up being, because the Key Largo is going to bring some more lime to it, but overall it's going to bring more vanilla bakery and that creamy, rich depth that the strawberry pound cake was already adding to the margarita. I think the margarita oil is going to be probably the first thing that we all get, and then the bakery. And so I think it's going to be a smoother, creamier version of room service. I don't know that we'll get really much strawberry in it, but I don't mind that. And I think that this is going to just be such a big hit. So I think I'm going to get a tub of it. Hopefully, I won't regret it, but I just think this is such a brilliant idea to combine these two. And it should bring that margarita down some notches from the level of intensity. And just, I think this is going to be delicious. Moving on, another new blend is Seaside Serenity, and this is beach nights, sweet lavender, coconut milk, vanilla lace, and a hint of salty sea air. She has the great beach night oils. If you've had it from Teddy B's or from Sassy Girl Aroma, you know what that beach night smells like. And anything that has beach nights, I pretty much just can't pass up. So this sounds amazing to me. I think, was this a blend from Kayla? Or I need to go look and see who blend suggestion this was. I'm so sorry if I'm misremembering, but I think this sounds really good. The lavender should be maybe a little bit more on the perfumey side, because I think this is going to be the lavender and coconut milk if you've had that on its own from Rose Girls. And then the vanilla lace. Vanilla lace is just so pretty. It is a sweet body care vanilla that has a little bit of muskiness to it. A lot of vanilla perfume or vanilla body care has a bit of muskiness, but don't let that scare you away. I don't think the vanilla lace will take over the blend. I think it's just going to be really pretty and add this slightly body care feminine quality to the blend. And then I've said this previously, but her salty sea air, she doesn't do this heavy-handedly. I think that that is just going to help temper some of the perfumey qualities that the lavender coconut milk and the vanilla lace will have, and enhance some of the beachiness and summery quality of this whole blend. So this sounds really appealing. I'm tempted to get a loaf. I tend to like a lot of Amanda's lavender blends, but I'm kind of on the fence. This one is one that I might just get a tub in, because there's so many things that I'm already getting, and so many that I'm already getting loaves in, and I'm determined to stick to like my budget. So I'm on the fence, but either way, a great blend idea. I think this is going to be beautiful. I think this is going to be a big hit for a lot of people, and I think this will be beautiful for bedtime, but honestly, just any day where you're just kind of wanting to relax and have kind of a peaceful, summery vibe in your house. Next up is Slow Burn, and this is black cherry, pipe smoke, and vanilla bean Noel. I've seen this offered once before. I did not pick it up, and I really don't know anything about this scent since I've not smelled it. Pipe smoke, I've only tried one blend with a pipe smoke in it. I think it was Grandpa's pipe or something like that, and it wasn't from Amanda, so I'm not really sure what to think about this. I don't know if the cherry is really dominant or if it's more of like a smoky tobacco note in there instead of an actual fruity cherry. So if you've had this one, please chime in down below for all of us who are curious. It, I suspect, will be a really strong scent just based on the pipe smoke, but I'm not really sure, and I'm not sure if it's super smoky or similar to some of the other tobacco type scents where it's like a warm, slightly masculine, slightly woody, smoky, complex scent. So yeah, I just really don't have a lot of information on this one, and I need help. I'll probably just get a souffle. I might skip this one though, so I'm just kind of on the fence. Okay, this is another new one, and I'm so freaking pumped for this one. Southern Peach, and it's Let Them Eat Cake, which is a perfume or body care. It's sugarcane, coconut milk, vanilla orchid, and white musk, and that is combined with fresh peaches and whipped cream. She uses Let Them Eat Cake in a few blends, and those are blends that I just love from her. If you've had Ophelia, which was just recently offered, that has Let Them Eat Cake, as well as sugared strawberries, and I think something else in there. I can't remember the full scent list, but I think this is going to be very similar to Ophelia, but instead of strawberry, it's going to have peaches. And I love peaches in wax. I know peach is not for everybody, but this just sounds right up my alley. I think it's going to be not overwhelming on the peach based off what Amanda said, but if you're sensitive to peach, maybe that will be more dominant to you. I think it's going to be a really creamy, sweet version of peaches, with this body care vanilla lean to it. And if I think about what Ophelia smells like to me, Ophelia smells like a really sweet, slightly body care strawberry milk, like a strawberry milkshake to me. And so I kind of think this might be a really sweet, slightly body care peach milkshake. And yeah, that sounds like heaven to me. So I think I'm going to get 2 loaves. I might get 2 loaves in a tub. I'm not really sure, but peach scents don't always get voted back in. And I really think this is going to be one that I love since her Let Them Eat Cake oil is just gorgeous. And I love peaches. I'm not sure too. Okay, there's a really popular blend, Sleeping on Clouds, which is one of the first blends I truly fell in love with from Salt Mountain. And it has vanilla orchid and sugarcane notes in there. So I'm not sure if Let Them Eat Cake is also part of that blend. It's also got Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds and an herbal lavender. But I kind of wonder if there is a little bit of Let Them Eat Cake. But I'm not really sure if it's in that blend or not as well. Either way, Ophelia and Sleepy on Clouds are just so beautiful. There's this whole like vibe to them. They're great bedtime scents, and yeah, I'm so sold on this scent. Like, if there were not so many other scents on this pre-order that I want, I would be getting more than 2 loaves. All right, let's move on. There's 2 scents here coming up that I'm likely going to get 2 loaves of each as well, just because they sound so good. And I'm kind of low on strawberry bakery scents. It's a scent that I really like reaching for when I just kind of want a feel good scent. And I kind of need to stock a little bit up just because I've run through a lot of my strawberry bakery. And Amanda excels with strawberry bakery blends. So I know I will not be disappointed. First up is strawberry marshmallow cake. This is fresh picked strawberries, gooey marshmallows, and fluffy cake. This one has not been offered in ages. I don't know if I've ever seen it on a list. And I can't remember who it was in the Facebook group who's been asking for this. So I'm so glad that this made the list because this is a favorite for some people who've just not been able to restock on it in years. Based off of people who have melted it, talking about it in the Facebook group, this one sounds like it's more of a sweet bakery with that fresh picked strawberry note, so it's a little bit more strawberry forward of these 2 bakeries. And then Sunday Shop was the other blend, and that's strawberry pound cake, waffle cone, and vanilla ice cream, which I think Amanda has a fantastic strawberry pound cake, but I think it is a little bit more true to the Bath and Body Works one, which is more of like that rich vanilla pound cake, and it doesn't have as prominent a strawberry note in it. So this one also sounds amazing. I think it's going to be more rich vanilla bakery, which is a hint of strawberry. And I can't remember if her waffle cone has a note of cinnamon in it or not. I don't think it's prominent if it is there, but all of this sounds just amazing and extra vanilla, warm, dense bakery goodness, which is a hint of strawberry, and it sounds good. So both of these, I think I'm gonna get 2 loaves of a piece just because they sound amazing to me, but maybe I'm being crazy. I don't know. I'm not ordering any wax again, but based off these 3 pre-orders that are going on, I'm not ordering any other wax until maybe late April, if that's when Teddy Bees has her RTS, and that's a maybe. I'm gonna let myself enjoy this pre-order because I know that a lot of the rest of these 6 months I'm just, not purchasing much. So this still fits within my budget. It's counting as a purchase for a different month than what it's happening in, but that just happens to be the case because I don't have control over when vendors have their openings, and Salt Mountain isn't open as much as many other vendors. So when she is open, I don't like to miss it, and I also don't like, to miss out on certain scents because, as we can see with some of this list, it could be 3 or 4 years before it's offered again. So I'm not going to live in shame over my purchases because I know that I'm being responsible, and limiting the other excess. So if I want to get 2 loaves of each of these scents, I'm going to be okay with that. Next up is the Lodge, and this is Palo Santo milk and cookies. I've had this one. I actually melted just the last bit of it, I think 2 days ago, and I like this scent. It's not a love for me. I feel like the Palo Santo is definitely the dominant part. It's very strong, and the milk and cookies, I would like a little bit more dominant in the scent, but you do get a bit of a rich bakery underneath. It's just mostly Palo Santo. And if you've never had a Palo Santo, she has a great Palo Santo. So compared to L3s or Teddy B's, which I feel like are Palo Santos, a lot of people might have a reference place, to know what I'm talking about. Her Palo Santo is a little bit more masculine leaning than either of those, and it's more woodsy. Like, I get more of the woody note in it. There still is the smokiness, and there is a really nice smoothness to her Palo Santo. It feels like a Palo Santo that just goes down really easily. But if you don't like ones that lean super woodsy, or you don't like any that have like a masculine note, it might not be for you. Personally, I just think she has a great Palo Santo, and it's not my favorite Palo Santo out there, but I still really enjoy it. And any blend that has her Palo Santo in it is like a powerhouse. Her Palo Santo will last for ages in my warmers, and I did enjoy melting this again because it had been a while since I'd melted it. Since I'm out, I might get a tub, and here's kind of why, because I feel like this actually is great mixed with other things, not just on its own. And I know there will be a lot of people who love this one on their own and will want to melt it just on its own. But I feel like I can mix a tiny bit of this with some other scents whenever I'm wanting a good Palo Santo. And I actually liked doing this a few days ago because I'd had this going all day, and I wound up taking it out of most of my warmers for the bedtime because I didn't want to go all night with it. But I added a blend from another vendor into the bedroom for the nighttime and had this kind of still in there in one of the warmers combined with this other scent. And it was a Cupcakes at Tiffany's lavender mallow pink sugar blend, which is gorgeous on its own. But with this Palo and milk and cookies, oh my goodness, it was amazing. It was so pretty. Hint, hint, Amanda, I think that would be amazing if you did a Palo Santo, Cupcakes at Tiffany's, pink sugar, and lavender marshmallow blend. I think that would be gorgeous. So I can see myself using the Lodge a little bit more in that capacity versus just always melting it on its own. But if you are a Palo Santo lover, I can see this being a big hit for you. All right, last scent, y'all. Yacht Party. This is salty sea air and fresh zested lemons and marshmallow fluff. I feel like this was offered last year and I really liked it on cold, but I hadn't gotten around to melting it, so I melted this earlier this week. I've actually melted it like twice. I melted it in my big open area. It handled the open areas and tall ceilings just fine. And then I also melted it in my bathroom and then my bedroom another day. And I felt like in both spaces it smelled very similar. I didn't get like a big difference in just the way the scent smells. So this one lasts quite a while, and the longer it's melted, I feel like the salty sea air note does start coming out a little bit more, in particular like this salted kind of woodsy note, like the salted driftwood. But by and large, this is a lemon scent. It's a fresh lemon scent. That lemon is not too tart. It's very zesty forward. It really smells like you zested a lemon and you're just smelling that grated lemon zest. It's invigorating and bright and fresh. I think the marshmallow fluff adds just a little bit of sweetness in there. I don't really sit here and think, oh, there's marshmallow in here though. But this was really pretty. I enjoyed it immensely. It's not a love of mine, but I think that's also partially because I'm melting it here in like early February and we're having, some days that are a little bit warmer, like into the 60s and 70s, but then we have days that are colder also. And I know that this is going to be something that I become much more passionate about if I start melting this summer. And so I'm going to save the rest of the loaf that I have and melt it this summer when I think I will just be like so enthusiastic about it. I tend to like melting fresh citrus scents in the summer and not so much during the rest of the year, but during the summer, they're just like the kind of stuff that I wind up craving, especially on hot, muggy days. So anticipating that I'm going to like this even more than I already do. I think I'm going to get another loaf. I don't have a ton of like lemon fresh bright scents, and so I think this will fit that bill. It performed well for me, and yeah, I really liked it. If you were on the fence on it, if you like lemon scents, just get a souffle. I think this one's popular enough that it'll come back, in the next year and a half or two, and you'll be able to get more. Just gonna pop this one in here. Amanda just announced last night these 2 cents for her pick. There were so many votes on the polls that she decided to add to the top 2 voted ones for the perfume blends. And these are only going to be offered in tubs, so they're not in souffles or loaves, just tubs. She'll also be offering extra plastic bags if you like to put your tubs in plastic bags. Those will also be available during the pre-order. The first one is Sol de Janeiro's Rio Radiance. Scent notes are coconut milk, tuberose, and sun-warmed sands. I've not smelled either of these in perfume, so if you have, kind of comment down below. I'm thinking this one is going to be kind of a perfumey sunscreen suntan. It definitely sounds like a beachy perfume. And then Kayali's Yum Pistachio Gelato, which is pistachio, hazelnut, rum, whipped cream, and cotton candy. Amanda says this is not a gourmand scent. This is very perfumey leaning, so don't expect a bakery scent from this one. It's going to smell like a woman's or a unisex perfume, so just don't purchase this one if you're wanting like a pistachio bakery and don't like perfume scents. I'm very curious about these, so I'm debating on whether to do a tub in one or just both, but I haven't quite made up my mind. If y'all are getting either of these, which one are you getting? Let me know down below, because I've not smelled either of these. I think they'll both probably be pretty strong performing scents, because perfume scents tend to perform really well in most people's houses and in, no matter what the space and size is. So, um, if you're looking for strong scents, my guess is these two would fit the bill. I am so beyond thrilled with this list. Maybe a little bit too happy about the list because this is going to be a big pre-order for me, but I'm loving seeing so many new scents that sound amazing for the spring and summer, and then so many scents that just haven't had a chance to come back in years, and I'm very excited. I think Amanda did an amazing job. I think she does a great job trying to add variety, offer something for everybody in every pre-order. She really tries so hard, and um, I just would encourage you, if you're on the fence on a scent, just get a smaller scent size of it. It will come back eventually, and just have fun making our list, y'all. I hope this was helpful. Sorry, there was a lot that I just haven't melted from this in the past, so I know it's a lot of me just theorizing based off other people's comments, maybe what it will smell like to me, but um, this is a pre-order where I would really love to hear everyone else's thoughts, especially if you've melted a returning blend. Thank y'all for hanging around so long. I know this was a lot longer than I was expecting. If you are participating in the pre-order, what are your top 3 picks that you are prioritizing for this one? I hope y'all have a great weekend. Thank y'all for watching.